Good evening, I'm Scott Beadle with St. George News at 8. City power crews have restored power to the majority of customers who experienced an outage yesterday. It happened after high winds blasted through the area and slammed power poles on 900 South on the east and west sides of River Road in St. George.
Approximately 5:30, high winds came through town, which are still blowing right now, but it's pulled over 3-4 power lines here on 900 South.
Normally, you don't get this many poles locked together and blown, but that's how severe it was.
As you can imagine, with the strong winds, we do have some power outages. I would say they're isolated, though they're not widespread. We've got several crews there now, and we've got public safety, police and fire down there as well, trying to help direct traffic and get things organized.
Right now, power crews are on scene, assessing the damage and deciding how we're going to get things back in service.
No one was harmed in connection with those poles being blown over. Damage to the building the lines came in contact with was fairly minor. An Enoch man is dead after being ejected from his vehicle in an early morning rollover on Thursday. That happened on State Road 130 near Minersville shortly before 6:30 a.m. 37-year-old Donald Hubbard was driving north when he drifted off the highway. He attempted to return to the roadway and overcorrected. That vehicle then rolled 3 to 4 times. Utah Highway Patrol says Hubbard was not wearing a seatbelt at the time and was thrown from the vehicle. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The fundraising efforts of La Verkin Elementary students are helping kids around the globe. During a leadership event at the school Thursday, the students announced they had raised $4,300 to purchase textbooks for a remote village school in Guatemala. 20 local sponsors pledged money for every minute the students read over the month. The kids celebrated with a parade and a special assembly to honor those sponsors. To top it all off, the whole thing was organized by the school's 5th graders from start to finish. One of the teachers is taking a trip to Guatemala in June to purchase and deliver those books. The 5th annual Zion Half Marathon is moving to a new location due to road construction in Springdale. This year, the race will take place in Mount Carmel and the east side of Zion National Park. Event company Vacation Races is also hosting a 2-day race expo today and tomorrow at the Zion Ponderosa Ranch Resort. Runners will race through the wilderness in Mount Carmel and finish just outside the east entrance of the park. They will cross North Fork Road and run near State Route 9. Both of those roads will remain open. Drivers are urged to take caution. Race organizers say over 3,000 runners are registered for the sold-out event, most of whom have never seen Zion National Park. The big word in Washington today, immunity, as even President Trump is weighing in on the request by his former national security advisor in the ongoing Russia investigations. Lana Zach is in Washington with the story.
President Trump's former national security advisor Michael Flynn wants to testify in the Russia hearings, but he wants immunity. In a statement, Flynn's lawyer said he certainly has a story to tell and he very much wants to tell it. The president weighing in on Twitter, writing, Mike Flynn should ask for immunity in that this is a witch hunt, excuse for big election loss, by media and Dems of historic proportion. So far, investigators are reportedly unwilling to cut a deal. House Oversight Chair Jason Chaffetz on Fox.
I don't think Congress should give him immunity. If there's an open investigation by the FBI, that should not happen. I also don't believe that the president should be weighing in on this.
Flynn has appeared to have changed his tune on immunity. Here he is in an NBC interview back in September criticizing former Clinton staffers who asked for immunity.
When you are given immunity, that means that you've probably committed a crime.
Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin's press secretary, Dmitry Peskov, denied Russian interference on GMA.
If we're at the lowest point in history, that means we're in a new Cold War.
New Cold War? Well, maybe even worse.
All of this as the investigation into Russia continues in the Senate.
This is not fake news. This is actually what happened to us.
But those same hearings remain stalled in the House. The chairman of that committee refusing to say who at the White House provided him with those secret documents. His Democratic counterpart asking questions.
Why all the cloak and dagger stuff? And that's something that we need to get to the bottom of.
Crayola is marking National Crayon Day by celebrating the retirement of Dandelion Yellow. announcing a new crayon color will be part of the blue family. The new edition's hue was not revealed. Instead, Crayola said more details will come in May, and fans will be invited to help name the new shade of blue this summer. Crayola retired its dark yellow dandelion color yesterday from the iconic 24-count pack of crayons. That new blue hue will take its place. Meteorologist Kim Walker has your Southern Utah forecast right after this.
The weather tonight is brought to you by Town & Country Bank, where banking is a simple pleasure.
Well, good evening, everyone. We still have a winter storm warning in effect for portions of southwestern Utah, and that includes Cedar City and all the areas shaded in the blue just east of Beaver. And that's because we are expecting a little bit more snow as we head into the overnight hours. Just maybe a strip of snow by tomorrow, but anywhere between 1 inch to 6 inches still possible for the total amount. But as this low pressure system that's spinning in the Four Corners region starts to make its way to the east, it will again take the precipitation with it. So we are going to see a lot drier conditions tomorrow, and it will be a lot more mild, and temperatures will be a little bit warmer. Today, though, highs did climb up to around 58 degrees in Georgetown, but only 38 degrees in Cedar Key, where we did see snow fall across there. Beaver, it was 40 degrees and 48 degrees in Kanab, and 48 degrees in Kaibab. So temperatures ranging depending on the elevation. Some places a little bit colder and some places a little bit warmer. For tomorrow in Cedar City, we are expecting cool conditions, but not too bad. It's going to be a little bit warmer than today. We'll start off around 33 degrees, climb to around 42 degrees by noon, and then 51 degrees by 5 o'clock. And I think that will be our high as well. But for St. George, temperatures will be a little bit warmer. We're going to start off in the 40s and climb up into around 56 degrees by noon. Our high will be in the 60s, and then by 5 o'clock, look for readings around 65 degrees with partly sunny skies. Our headlines calls for sunny conditions tomorrow, and we're going to see a warming trend through the weekend. But then as we make our way toward the end of Sunday and into Monday, there's a little wave of energy that will move through, so that could give us a chance for some scattered showers. And it's not going to be as warm on Monday, but then a drier spell and a sunny spell for the remainder of the week. Here's a look at your forecast. Temperatures dropping down to around 44 degrees in St. George and Mesquite, 47 degrees. Cedar City, we're looking for lows around 30 degrees with the chances of rain and snow. Tomorrow, temperatures really warm in St. George, 67 degrees, very pleasant out there. In Mesquite, it's going to be 74 degrees, and then in Cedar City, temperatures a little bit cooler with a high around 51 degrees. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. We are for Cedar City, that is, temperatures will be gradually warming up into the 60s by the end of the weekend, but we do have chances of rain on Monday. It will be a little bit cooler with a high around 50 degrees, dropping down into the 40s on Tuesday before warming up into the 60s and 70s by the end of the week. For St. George, we are expecting much warmer conditions with highs tomorrow around 67, climbing to around 74 degrees. Plenty of sunshine by the end of the weekend. But then those clouds come back by the end of the day and into Monday. It will be a little bit cooler as we start off the work week, but we do have chances of some rain. Temperatures around 65 degrees on Tuesday, and then back into the 70s and 80s with plenty of sunshine on Wednesday and Thursday. And then we're going to see a little bit more cloud cover by the end of the week with highs around 84 degrees. So it's going to start to feel like summer by the end of next week. But
Sunday looking just about perfect, though, doesn't it?
I know. It's like lots of sunshine and just cool enough temperatures to enjoy the outside, I think.
Thanks, Kim.
All right.
Up next, how a football team spends its off-season at the zoo. The video is next on St. George News at 8. Baltimore Ravens put up their own live cam of an animal, mascot Poe. Poe surprised fans at the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore, and the Ravens posted the live video on Facebook with the caption, "Tired of watching April the giraffe? Watch Poe instead." April the giraffe, of course, has been famous online of late.
Yeah, just waiting for her to give birth.
Thanks for watching.